I couldn't sleep the night before my wedding. Not from nerves, not from excitement, something deeper. Something darker was crawling under my skin like a whisper I couldn't shut out. It was past midnight, and I sat on the edge of my hotel bed, tie still hanging loose around my neck, my eyes fixed on the bland wallpaper that separated me from the groomsmen's suite. Laughter spilled through the thin wall, slurred, careless to loud. I should have turned on music, should have drowned it out. But then I heard it. "He doesn't deserve her," one of them muttered through a mouthful of liquor and arrogance. "Spill wine on his white suit. Lose the rings, whatever it takes to ruin it." A chorus of chuckles followed. And then his voice, a voice I knew like my own heartbeat. "Nathan, my best man, my best friend since college. The one who stood beside me during every dark chapter, every heartbreak, every scraped-up dream. I've been working on her for months," he said. Smug. "She'll come around after the show, after he crashes and burns. She'll see." Time froze. The laughter died in my ears, replaced by a ringing so loud it drowned out the world. I didn't move, didn't kick down the door, didn't scream. I didn't even reach for my phone. I just sat there, frozen in place, because in that moment, I wasn't a groom. I was a man unraveling everything he thought he knew. My wedding was in 9 hours, and suddenly, I had a job to do. Nathan and I had built each other from scratch. We were brothers not by blood, but by choice, through late-night breakdowns, hangovers, and heartbreaks. He was the kind of man I'd have taken a bullet for. And he met Emma only a month after I did. He called her a firecracker, always too familiar, laughed too loud at her jokes, touched her shoulder for just a moment too long. But I trusted him because I wanted to. That was my mistake. I loved him like a brother, and I loved her like breath itself. Looking back, it's obvious. The hovering, the way he'd swoop in to help. He was always waiting for me to mess up so he could sweep in and shine. But I didn't see it. Not until that night. At 2:07 a.m., I made a call. Tyler answered on the second ring. "I need the backup plan," I said. He didn't ask questions. Tyler never needed reasons, just instructions. 3 years ago, I saved his job by exposing a fraud scheme that would have buried him. He told me then, "You ever need me, I don't care what it is you call." I called. Next was Maria. She handled my legal affairs and knew how to move with quiet precision. Months ago, as a half-serious joke, we'd set up a prenup clause in case of betrayal. A just-in-case net. I never thought I'd actually need it. By 3 a.m., I had everything in motion. Hotel security sent me the hallway camera footage. Tyler secured the audio. Maria prepped asset protections and drafted the documents to send to Emma anonymously. Just enough truth, not everything. Not yet. I wanted to see her face. At 6 a.m., I took a shower, slipped into my white tuxedo, and looked at my reflection. Not a groom. Not a victim. An executioner. Emma looked like a living poem as she walked down the aisle, a vision wrapped in ivory and light. Every guest breathless at the sight. But I wasn't looking at her. I was watching. Nathan, he wore a smirk. Not for her, for me. Like he already knew the ending. Like he'd written it. He had no idea I was rewriting the entire script. I said my vows with clarity, because I meant them. I loved her. I still do. But not blindly. Not anymore. When the priest said, "If anyone objects, speak now," I saw the moment cross Nathan's face-tight lips, clenched jaw. He wouldn't object there. That wasn't his game. He'd let it rot slowly and take credit later. But the rot ended with me. I kissed my bride, and I turned the knife. The reception was flawless at first. Toasts, laughter, champagne flutes raised in joy. Then, exactly at 7:13 p.m., the lights flickered. A small plan glitch. A screen dropped from the ceiling. Just a fun surprise montage. The planner had told guests earlier. They expected baby pictures, childhood memories, first dates. Instead, they heard a voice. "He doesn't deserve her." Crystal clear. "I've been working on her for months." Laughter from the room in the background. And then, footage grainy but unmistakable. Nathan, shirt half-buttoned, leaning against a dresser, grinning. Others in the room, drunk and laughing. The ballroom turned. Silent. Emma turned to me, her face pale. I took her hand. The screen went dark. I stepped forward. I wanted you all to hear this now, before the rumors twisted it. This was recorded last night. I didn't cancel the wedding because I needed to truly know where loyalty lived. My gaze locked on Nathan. You taught me how to trust, I said. And tonight, you reminded me why I never should have. He didn't move, jaw clenched, eyes darting like a man cornered. Emma's hand slipped from mine. She stepped toward him, trembling. I handed her the envelope sealed, thick, heavy with betrayal. Inside, screenshots, messages, a timeline, proof of manipulation. He doesn't see you. You could do better. He's not the man you think he is. She read them, her breath caught. Her knees nearly buckled. Then, like thunder, came the sound of skin meeting skin. Emma slapped him, not out of rage, out of awakening. No one clapped. No one cheered. They didn't need to. The silence was louder than anything. Nathan left alone, humiliated. No words, just the crushing weight of his own undoing. The groomsmen melted into the background, cowards retreating when the lights came on. The rest of the night, we danced, yes, because her betrayal wasn't there. It was his. After, she wept in my arms, told me something always felt wrong, that she didn't know how to say it, that she never once encouraged him, never crossed a line, and I believed her. We didn't leave for a honeymoon, no tropical beaches or champagne toasts, just a people, walking through fire, hand in hand. 2 days later, I filed charges, embezzlement, the discovery I'd made weeks prior. I'd kept quiet until the moment was right. Nathan lost his job. His secrets became headlines. The groomsmen, their names were all over forged invoices connected to Nathan's firm. They underestimated me. They thought silence meant weakness, that my loyalty was blindness. But I wasn't weak. I rewrote my wedding not to destroy them, though I could have. I rewrote it to rescue the truth. People ask me about our wedding. I tell them it was unforgettable. And it was. But what matters most is the lesson. Sometimes, love isn't about how loudly you fight for it. Sometimes it's how silently you protect it, until the moment arrives to strike with purpose. I didn't lose anything that night. I made sure of it.